What's up, guys? Today we're taking a look at Batman, and I have a couple of Batman, so I'm going to be sharing with you guys some of my favorite head sculpts and give you some best tips and practices that has worked for me. I know there's a lot of us brand new collectors getting into the game, so when it comes to Mezco, it really helped me understand, one, do your research when it comes to your accessories, whether you're buying them from someone else or trying to go out there and support an artist. And then number two, do more research, because a lot of it when it comes to these customizations is they get really pricey and they can add up really quickly. So with that, second tip is not only do your research but pace yourself, because they can get pricey and then you can get overwhelmed. So for this Batman, I wanted to change the head sculpt and I wanted to give it a different look and vibe, something that related to me being a kid. And it was this kind of Neil Adams look. When I saw this head sculpt out in the toy community, I knew I had to have it. And again, the pricing, right? So some of these head sculpts range from 40 to 60, some even $90, and then also shipping. So you got to be patient with that artist. And once you're dealing with that much, where it's almost half the price of the figure, again, this is where the research comes in. You want to make sure that the artist has a good reputation, and you always want to pay goods and services. So that has always worked for me. Again, being patient with them, communicating, and making sure I always pay good in services. Always pay that extra fee if you're paying PayPal. Do the good services at 3%. A couple of dollars will give you that peace of mind. But back to the head sculpt. This one is a good one. It definitely changes the figure. I think it makes the figure not only stand out, but it elevates it a little bit. Makes it, you want to take pride in your collection. I know I do. So yeah, he's one of my favorite Batmans. And then I'll share with you guys some other head sculpts that I really do dig. This one is an Alex Ross head sculpt, and it also has a custom cape. So at this point, Mezco wasn't doing wired capes. So I went out and I started taking a little bit of a risk, which I usually don't do any type of customization to my figures. But at this point, I was like, you know what? I'm going to keep these Mezcos for quite some time. I don't see myself selling them anytime soon. So why not do a custom cape and then the custom head sculpt? And now it's like, oh man, yeah, I love this figure. So this is another one of my favorites. And then this next one is a kit. So I got the custom head sculpt, and it came with these set of hands as well. So these hands do not come with this Batman. So it came with this kit, and this was a nice pickup too. Definitely gave me like a creepy version of this undead Batman. Loved it. The one that started it all was this Batman. This one right here, has a custom head sculpt and it has a custom cape as well. And I've had this for years. So that goes to say a lot about the artist that did the cape. This was really good quality. I mean, I've messed with it a lot. It hasn't ripped or torn, or the wire hasn't shown, but it's fully wired. I mean, you can see that the wire it's really good quality. And he's been sitting up on my shelf, and I dust him and stuff like that. But yeah, it hasn't crinkled up like some of my other Mesco stuff, some of my Deadpool, where you see if you have that pleather, it starts to uh, crack. So this hasn't been damaged at all, and I've had it for years. Same thing goes for the head sculpt. The paint hasn't chipped, hasn't faded. It's still really vibrant. The other thing with the head sculpts when I first started getting into this is knowing that they're going to be hollow. So you're going to need some sticky tack to kind of hold the head in place. And then, that's pretty much standard for a lot of the customizers out there. It's not going to fit as smooth like a Mesco head, but it does the trick. That sticky tack holds it in there, and I haven't had any issues. So I think that was one of my biggest ahas too, getting into this. I was like, what? Why don't these head sculpts just snap into it? And then my last favorite one is this Batman here, custom head sculpt on this one, and a custom cape. And this cape is like extremely long, so I really like that. And again, the wiring on here is really good. It holds up the cape. It's a really thick wire, and again, the quality that they've used hasn't had any defects or any tears. And with this Batman, I have really messed with it a lot. Not only posing it, but also taking some pictures back when I used to take a lot of pictures. But was my favorite Batman for I would say at least 2 to 3 years until I got the Chaos Batman late last year. But this was my go-to. He's my go-to Batman. So yeah, those are some of the head sculpts of my Mezco collection. Let me know down below which one was your favorite. What would you guys like to see next? As always, thanks for stopping by, and I'll see you on the next one.